How is everybody doing today? This is L.A. Kendrick with another tale from the vault of Would You Dare. All right, as you can see, the logo and all the energy that comes from that thing, okay? Today, I want to talk about something that's it's been on my mind for a while. So what I want to do is cover this story, this topic. Everybody has a favorite movie maniac: Freddy, Jason, Pinhead, the Tall Man, Slender Man. And I always wondered how many of these guys were based on real serial killers. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that guy was based on something like that. And everybody has a favorite. Mine happens to be Michael Myers. So I did a little research. What I came up with was someone that really fits the description of what Michael Myers is, who he is, and what he plans to be as far as portrayal in the movies. Forgive the sweat, just got through putting in some work. Y'all know how we do in the gym. And then we top it off with a scary story. So make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please support the work. My new book, The Foes of God, is out, and it's a great read, incredible story, lots of good action, adventure, truths, falsehoods, all that good stuff. But here on Would You Dare, we talk about everything cryptid, supernatural, serial killers today, extra-dimensional, extraterrestrial, hauntings, demons, you name it, we talk about it. That's what we do here. So, without further ado, the party don't start till you walk in, and now that you're here, let's begin. And we're going to start off with this guy, and no disrespect to any of the family members that were involved with this lunatic. But again, Michael Myers from Halloween was my favorite, and still kind of gives me the willies to this day because of who he was, how he was, unstoppable. He was the first one. If you go back and look at it, they'll tell you he's the first villain in any movie to die or perceived to be dead and then come back. Like they couldn't keep him down. And then after that, you saw another villain or creature in movies after that, with the exception of Dracula back in the day, come back just like Michael Myers. So we're going to talk about Edmund Kemper III, all right, AKA the co-ed killer. His classification is a serial killer. Necrophilia, his characteristics: cannibalism, dismemberment, and number of victims, 10. Date of murders, 1964, 1972, and 1973. Date of arrest, April 24th, 1973. Surrenders. Date of birth, December 18th, 1948. His victim profiles: grandparents, 6 female hitchhikers, his mother, and one of her friends. Method of murder: shooting, hitting with hammer. Location: California, USA. Status: he's sentenced to life prison on November 1973. So again, it's not for the faint of heart. Edmund Kemper III, he started his criminal life as a teenager by shooting both his grandparents while staying on their 17-acre ranch in Norfolk, California, a crime for which he was incarcerated. This is 15. Kemper later killed and dismembered 6 female hitchhikers in the Santa Cruz, California area. He then murdered his mother and one of her friends before turning himself into authorities. Okay, Kemper was born in Burbank, California, to Clarnell Stage and Edmund Mill Kemper Jr. He was very intelligent with an IQ of 137. However, he displayed sociopathic behavior from a young age. He tortured and killed animals, acted out bizarre sexual rituals with his sister's dolls, and once said in order to kiss a teacher he had a crush on, he would have to kill her. Worsening the situation, Kemper's mother, who constantly berated and humiliated her son, and often made him sleep in a locked basement due to fear that he would molest his sister. Wow. Kemper's mother, Clarnell, apparently suffered from borderline post-personality disorder, which resulted in her rages and abuse against her son. On August 27, 1964, he shot his grandmother while she sat at the kitchen table putting the finishing touches on her latest children's book. When his grandfather came home from grocery shopping, Kemper shot him as well. Then called his mother, urging to call the police. When questioned, he said he just wanted to see what it felt like to kill grandma, and that he killed his grandfather because he knew it would be angry at him for what he had done to his grandmother. Kemper was just 15 years old at the time. He was committed to Atascadero State Hospital, where he befriended his psychologist, Dr. Loomis, and he became his assistant. He was intelligent enough to gain the trust of the doctor to the extent of being allowed to access his prisoner's test. With the knowledge he gained from his apprenticeship, he eventually was able to impress his doctor at the hospital enough to let him go. Wow. He was released to his mother's care in Santa Cruz, California, against the wishes of several doctors at the hospital. Kemper later demonstrated further to the psychologist that he was well, and not only managed to convince the doctors he was reformed, but to have his juvenile record sealed forever as well. Crazy. His murder campaign, Kemper worked on the sites of a series of odd jobs before securing work with the State of California's Public Works Division of District Highways in District 4, now known as the Department of Transportation or Caltrans. By that time, his height had reached 6'9" and weighed more than 300 pounds. That's about what Michael Myers looks like in all the movies that I've seen him portrayed. Between May, and that's a big dude, between May 1972 and February 1973, he embarked on a spree of murders, picking up female students, hitchhiking and taking them to isolated rural areas and killing them. He would stab, shoot, or smother the victims, and after take the bodies back to his apartment, where he would have sex with them and then dissect them. Man. He would often dump the bodies in ravines or bury them in fields, although on one occasion, he buried the severed head of a 15-year-old girl in his mother's garden as a kind of a sick joke, later remarking that his mother always wanted people to look up to her. He killed 6 college girls, including 2 students from UC Santa Cruz, where his mother worked, and 1 from Cabrillo College. He would often go hunting for victims after arguing with his mother. In 1973, Kemper battered his mother to death with a pick hammer while she slept. He decapitated her, raped her headless body, and used her head as a dartboard. After putting the vocal cords in the garbage disposal, but the machine would not break the tough tissue down and regurgitated it back into the sink. That seemed appropriate, Ed said after his arrest, as much as she bitched and screamed and yelled at me over the many years. His murderous urges not satiated, he then invited his mother's best friend over and killed her too. What? Okay, some of this is not tying in, but by strangulation. He then drove eastward, but then no word of his crimes hit the radio airwaves. He became discouraged and stopped the car and called the police and confessed to being the co-ed killer. He told them what he had done and waited for them to pick him up, seemingly unashamed as he confessed to the necrophilia and cannibalism. At his trial, he pleaded insanity, but was found guilty of 8 counts of murder. He then asked for the death penalty, but with capital punishment suspended at the time. He instead received life imprisonment. What? Okay. At the time of Kemper's murder spree in Santa Cruz, another serial killer named Herbert Mullen was also active, earning the small California town with the title of murder capital of the world. And added to the college town's infamy was the fact that these multiple murders were preceded 3 years earlier by multiple murders committed by John Lenny Frazier. In a manner similar to the Charles Manson murder, Frazier murdered a Santa Cruz family of 5, eye surgeon Victor Oada and family. A reference was made to this in the film The Lost Boys, which was shot in Santa Cruz, but called Santa Carla, where they repeatedly called the town murder capital of the world. Kemper and Mullen were briefly held in adjoining cells, with the former angrily accusing the latter of stealing his body dumping sites. Edmund Kemper remains among the general prison population that's incarcerated at Vacaville State Prison. And I don't want to go down the list of people that he killed. Like I say, man, this is pretty intense. And they say he's 74 years old now, or at the time of this. 74 at the time of this anyway. And what I find strange is they said after whatever he was going through, he stopped talking to people, just like Michael Myers. So, okay, he got the height, he's got the killing, he's got the weight, it seems, He's got the mental disorders. The only thing that he doesn't have that Michael Myers is the silence, but he's just real silent now, they said, as he's in solitary confinement. And this is crazy because, like I said, he killed family members, and Michael Myers went through family members. And again, I was just trying to I just wanted to see if there was any connection. And it's obviously a lot of connection. I mean, this is something else. And as I say, not making light of anybody that he murdered, because that was horrible. There's a lot more in this article. It's just too much to read, and I just wanted to touch on the real life Michael Myers. In my opinion, this dude in every way, shape, form, and fashion fits Michael Myers. The way he killed people, the height, I've gone over that. The psychopathic impulse to kill, even though Michael was supposed to be possessed by the spirit of Halloween, which was Sam Hain, as referenced in Halloween 2, the original Halloween series. And again, this guy used to scare the brakes off me when I was a kid. Coming through the darkness with that one white mask. The mask is supposed to be William Shatner's face, but they just spray painted it. Just eerie. And these are the things that are walking around right now, because he has so many jobs. These are people that are working right next to us, that I may be training, or that you may be working next to, or just not paying attention to, and you take it for granted in your everyday life. Fixing your food behind the counter. Man, you never know, man. Most of these guys have a double life, and it's supposed to be highly intelligent. I'm telling you, man, it's crazy out here. So that's my Michael Myers. You guys tell me what you think. Absolutely fits Michael Myers. And again, right now, they said that he's in a cell where he's not talking to anybody, hasn't talked to anybody for years. That's what part of this said. And then one of the last people that he talked to, he got too comfortable, and he threatened him with, what if I twisted your head off right now, because he couldn't get the guards to open up the door. What if I twisted your head off right now and set it on the countertop for the guards to find? Finally got him out of there. He didn't do anything to him, but that's the last time he said he went and spoke with him without an armed guard. Tell you, man, there's some whacked out people in here. Like I said, we talk about everything, and viewer discretion is advised on this. My channel is only, basically for 18 and up. You guys tell me what you think. Would you dare want to be caught out there on the road, messed up, or working in a situation like this, and then run into somebody like this guy? This is crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. So we're going to close it up. Make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And you know how we end it. Make sure you check your dark closets, your dark homes, all the dark recesses of your home. And if you happen to work late at night, onto the wee hours of the morning, make sure when you step outside, you're mindful of your surroundings. You check in your car, under your car, around your vehicle, because you never know if there's an Ed Kempler, Michael Myers style killer lurking in the dark, waiting to make you a story. And this has been L.A. Kendrick with another Tale from the Vault. Would you dare? And until next time, you guys be safe and fill in the rest.